Alright, what is going on, guys? Scoob back with another episode of Scoob Reviews, and today we're doing Blacklisted I Part 3 by Walts, and we've got him here to talk about it.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Alright, so this is the third part of Blacklist's first and only Team Taj, and yeah, we're just going to get right into it. Alright, so anything you want to say about the intro?
Yeah, man. So this was like the first montage I did with under my new alias with the new logo.
Yeah.
So I really got excited with the intro. I wanted to make it really good. So I was walking around the Cosmodrome on Xbox One with my Elgato plugged in, and I recorded a load of random cinematics there, and did some nice doff and some manipulation of the scenes. And we've got that second one with the four logos was a bit of a tough one because I tried to match the flicker of the light, which I hadn't realised when recording, to all the logos on the signpost there. Then on the third scene for the Blacklist logo, I pretty much cut out the paint marks and the noise from the wall, and inverted them on like under the signpost where I tracked Blacklist. So that was a bit new to me because I hadn't done that yet. And then I copied that technique in the Part 3 cinematic as well.
I think easily one of the most memorable intros in any Destiny Taj ever. Like, you see this, you know exactly which one it is.
It was just a lot of experiment.
Yeah, it's like a testament to just like playing with shit until you get something that looks awesome. The like tracking the names to the players and like where the inspiration came for that.
Yeah, I think it was Griffin who requested the commission, and he just asked for something with all the players' names at the start. And I think it might have been the Primal Taj. Yeah. One of the Primal montages that had the names at the start, and I just wanted to one-up it and motion track every single one. So
oh yeah,
that's what I did. In hindsight, I'd have the text is nice, and I mean it's tracked and it's a nice color, but I could have done a lot more with it. I'd have added some glow and some lens flares and just sort of things that I wouldn't have thought to add into a scene like this like a year ago now.
Yeah.
I've just got a broader perspective when creating scenes like this now.
Yeah. All right, we're going to move on to the next 30 seconds here. All right, so starting off in that segment, we have Griffin's. Is that just like a Saladin's Vigil breaker on Drifter?
Yeah, with the couple of nade kills.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
3 nade. Or no, that's not Griffin. Ed's Mag. Yeah, it's super sick with the sound effects on the nade explosion.
Yeah, well, that scene was really spontaneous. When I record cinematics for my montages, I usually plan them out. I write them all out, and then whoever's kind enough to help me, I send a version of that plan, and it just means we get through them a lot quicker. Yeah. But recording on Xbox with the Elgato was a little bit different back in the day because, I just grab whoever's open on my friends list and see if they've got a spare 10-15 minutes. Yeah. And we jump into private matches. And we just jumped into the map, and I was watching through the clip and seeing what I should put in the space I provided between the sync points, and it was obvious it would just be a nade explosion, and it turned out really well. From that, I'm going to need a sound effect, so I recorded the sound effect and added the sound effect in. It sounded great. So yeah, it was.
Yeah, everyone who's like filmed cinematics on console knows the struggle of just like finding anybody to help you when you can.
Yeah, it's a bit of a struggle.
Yeah,
but I was really happy with how the cinematics came out in this, because obviously they're all recorded on console, and now on PC you can record 60 FPS if not higher. Yeah. But on console everything is in 30 FPS.
Yeah, it's super limiting.
Yeah, and you have to think when recording things, you're not going to be able to slow them down much if there's any movement at all. There's just going to be so much warp.
Yeah. Because you're already getting like a little bit of warp in the actual clips, so you don't want to get any warp in the cinematic.
No, the cinematic, like it's imperative that the cinematics are clean.
Yeah.
If your cinematics aren't clean, it just throws the whole thing off, because
Oh, yeah.
the whole idea is to immerse yourself and to feel like more like a movie, and you don't see warping in the cinema.
Yeah, definitely. So on the topic of cinematics, you can see, I think it's at the end of this clip, you have a classic Waltz like guy falling after dying.
Yeah.
So what sort of turned you on to that kind of cinematic? Like, did you not see anyone doing that, and so you thought like this could totally be something that's like a staple of my editing?
Yeah, no one was doing that in the Destiny editing community, and in hindsight, I understand why, because you get about 6-7 frames of someone falling, and to nail it, you have to be lucky for a start to get like actually record the frames where the person's like there's not much movement between them, so you're not going to get much warp. You got to be positioned like it is luck with the Death cinematics.
It's very tough to nail it.
So yeah, I mean, no one else was really doing it, and I was recording and using Death cinematics in my Call of Duty PC work.
Why don't I just take this over to Destiny?
Yeah, exactly. It was a easily transferable component of editing that I felt like I could put into Destiny.
And it definitely like it totally plays into your style as well. Like when you see that, you're like, that's totally a Waltz edit. Like you're really good at making those like staples of your edits to make them super unique. All right, let's go to the next 30 seconds. So something I really noticed about this section of 30 seconds is like the really exaggerated slow velo on recoil from the guns and how it works super well with the song.
Yeah.
I feel like that just plays into it so much more. Like right there at the icebreaker.
Yeah. I feel really like looking back at this in hindsight, it's really jarring to me to watch this go so slowly, because I know if I were to do it again now, I'd make it just so much better. And I think every artist has that when they look back at past work.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just really slow and jittery. And I can see how people enjoy it, but at the same time, it can be frustrating for people who aren't fully concentrating on what they're watching, just to miss a load of things that happen.
Yeah, you don't,
because it's really
you skip a lot of the clip.
Yeah.
Try to compress the frames, and so it's tough to
It's not
balance
the best style showcasing clips, and that's why I changed, because I had a lot of people coming to me saying, "Oh, I'd really love your cinematics, I love your intros and stuff, but can you do like basic sync for me?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, let's do that."
Yeah.
And lo and behold, I started getting more clients.
Yeah. So on that topic of clip visibility, I want to get your opinion on editors who sort of really shy away from clip visibility and ones who lean a little bit too hard on showing the clips and not as much effects. Like where do you think there's a place for both types of editors in the community, or is there one style that everybody should adhere to?
My opinion is you should do whatever you want, and the best style will get the most views, it'll get the most likes, and it'll get the most people talking about it.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it in general. But for me personally, I think I've come from one and ended up in the other.
Yeah.
Because if you look at some of my work from anything 2016, 2017, 2018, I absolutely loaded the effects in. But if you look at my most recent project for Saw, there's about effects in there, because the whole purpose of that video was for it to look nice and for you to see the clips that got that player into Saw.
Yeah.
And that's the purpose of video. And it really does depend, because, client work and their double chaperone clips, you can...
Oh, yeah, it can be pretty brutal. Because, what are you going to showcase there? 2 kills? It'll take, 5 seconds?
So you can load the effects in, because it's very easy to follow what's going on. But when you've got 7 sniper shots in a row and you turn in, twisting and turning, and they're quick scopes and there's hard scopes, it's like if you're doing the really slow velo and you're skipping frames between in the scope ins and between the shot and the next shot, it's hard to follow for the average viewer, and it's underappreciating the clip itself for the player himself. So that's where I stand, because my purpose as an editor is to do whatever the client or provide that service. And now, in hindsight, looking back at this, I'd have done it in such a different way, because I wanted to showcase the clips a lot better.
Yeah, I definitely understand. It's totally like so many factors go into it, like what the client wants, like what the kills look like, and it's a really interesting topic, because like all of editing sort of revolves around the clips. Like we wouldn't have edits without clips, so
exactly.
Clip visibility is always a hot topic that I like talking to people about. All right, guess we can go for the last 30 seconds here. That's it. So your decision in this clip to do the 3 no land beyond shots really quickly. What was sort of the inspiration behind that?
I think I spent too much time on the last clip.
Yep.
I think
you sort of ran
think
out of time.
Yeah, and I think I really wanted that last that sin that I used for the thumbnail, like the zoom in. I'm not sure if it was a COD edit I got inspiration for, but that idea where the guy's just standing there and then you zoom in on him again, and it creates a lot of impact for the final shot.
Yeah, it definitely does. I like that a lot.
And then I whacked my logo on there just in case if you've forgotten I got it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't think I've done that before, and I haven't done it since. I just stuck
Maybe it's time to bring that back. Maybe it's time.
Maybe.
All right, so that is the whole Taj. Before we're done, I want to ask you a quick question. So around the community, people are always talking about editors and montages, and so I've heard many times that people are saying this is your best edit ever. What do you have to say to that?
My best edit ever.
I swear I've heard it. People say Blacklisted 1 Part 3. That's the best you're ever going to see, Walts.
I think the intro, there's a reasonable argument.
Yeah.
The clip editing, I can't agree now because it just the sync is way too slow for me. The flow is great and the cinematic flow is great. I think what's really underappreciated in Destiny editing is I think I'm probably one of the only ones to do it where I really look at a clip, the movement before the sync point where the cinematic starts, I try and have some sort of continuity. So if the camera's panning right in the clip, I'll try and have the scene starting where the camera is panning right, and it makes it a lot easier for the pan crop and the shake to complement the movement and the flow of the montage.
Yeah.
So in that respect, I think this one's really good. I think my CC is really basic. There's not a lot going on. There's no changes.
It was basic, but I don't think it needed to be over the top. I think it
didn't need to be. Well, and with the danger with doing a group edit is you don't want to clash too much with anyone else.
Yeah.
I mean, in hindsight, I could probably done with some more communication, but this worked out fine in that respect. But I don't think it's one of my best CCs. Definitely not. This was one of probably the last handful of edits I did in 2K. Everything since then has been in 4K resolution. I've always worked in 24 FPS, but I've been working in 4K for maybe 6-7 months now. This is almost a year ago. So in that respect, it's not quite up to scratch with the quality. Some of the clips are 720.
Yeah, it's tough with console clips.
Yeah. So there's that. The sound effects, they're very mediocre. I mean, I got all the gun sounds in. There's not much bass added. There's not much stretching. I think I could have done with additional sound effects here and there. Things I do now that I don't then. Maybe lens flares, film burns in between clips. But trust me, you'll see better work from Walts. Yeah.
All right. So that's what you have to say to all the fans out there. Thank you so much for coming on this episode. It's been awesome talking about this.
Been a pleasure, mate.
Yep. And see you guys in the next one.